Hey everybody, I am here at the cemetery for dogs, Cimetière de Chiens. Let me see if I can turn the camera. You can see. And I'm just learning, looking up here, that it costs money. It's €3 for adults to come in. Doesn't quite make sense because it says it's €2 for groups of 10 persons. Maybe they mean 2 per person, not sure. But anyway, there is a long sign here, all in French. I've gone on and translated it before starting this video. It says, taking advantage of the brand new law authorizing the burial of animals, Georges Harmois and Marguerite Durand bought half of the island of Ravagers located upstream from the Clichy Bridge, and in 1899 created the Société Française Anonyme du Cimetière pour Chiens et autres animaux domestiques, and other domestic animals. Okay. This cemetery, located in Park Robinson, is the first of its kind. Star animals have found refuge there. Rin Tin Tin, the brave hero of the television series, and others, much more anonymous. On May 15, 1958, a stray dog came to die at the gates of the cemetery. The management erected a monument to him because it was the 40,000th animal to be buried there. That's a lot of animals. In 1986, the operation of this island of dogs is heavily in deficit and its closure becomes inevitable. Oh no, that's sad. But a registration in the inventory of historic monuments occurs a year later and therefore protects the site. Cool. In 1997, the town hall of Asnières took over its management. And then they have like a QR code where you can find out more information. So I'm going to traverse inside and see. I see people just walking in. I don't know if they're paying anything or not, but we're gonna walk in and see what happens. It's only €3. I can afford that. So yeah, here we go into the cemetery for dogs and other domestic animals. Let's see what happens. Okay, we are here at the main gate. Hold on, I'm gonna stop the video for just a second. Okay, I got inside. It's €3 to get in. I don't mind paying since it seems like this place may be in need of it. Got my ticket, which I'm gonna stick into my bag here. And this mic is like right up at my throat again. Let's move it down just a little bit. I didn't check the last video to make sure the mic was coming through, but we'll see. 120 years. 1899 to 2019, so this little pamphlet is a little long. I mean, a little old. Oh, okay. So maybe I'll look through this later. But for now, we'll just explore. I don't even know which way to go. There's 2 main paths as soon as I enter. See, everything is just sort of crowded in here. You know, 40,000, that's more burials than most of the cemeteries that I've visited. Most of the cemeteries have been less than that. It's like a alternate entrance, I guess. Look at that. The flowers around it are beautiful too. Really been enjoying the flowers in France. I tell you, sometimes it's all very like organized, and then other times it's just a mess. Okay, I don't have much to say here. We're just doing a walkthrough. I may point out some things that I find interesting or curious or whatever. But it's my first time ever visiting a pet cemetery. I've never visited one in the United States either. So I have nothing to compare it to other than human burials. We're just going to look and see what we see. Interestingly enough, I'm seeing some of the same damage that I would see at a cemetery for people. See the water over there. It's a beautiful view from the cemetery. Let's look at their pet names. Let's see. Kiki, my angel. Tombe, it's like dead in the sky, or I'm not sure. Tombe, I'm trying to think what that means. Phoebus, Thobus, or maybe that's a P. Phoebus. I can't even read my letters. This is terrible. Let me look up real quick. Tomber. I thought that was like to fall down or to be buried or something. To fall, yeah. The angel fell from the sky, maybe? Panache. Emerald. Oh, look, it's a little picture of the puppy. How cute. It's a dog and a cat. I wonder if they're both there or just the one. Tyga, Fleur, Oscar, Mitzi, Sweetie. Oh, I'm seeing from 2019. Here's one for, it's upside down, but there's one for Jenny, 1974 to 1984. Oh my goodness. So these are similar to the sizes that I saw at the cemetery that did the little cremains garden. Wow, 1967 to 1983. That was an old dog. He lived well into humans' adulthood. Oh, with the cute puppy. Oops, there we go. This is odd because I'm kind of pointing down at an angle. Let's see if I can lock the camera so that it just constantly looks down. That might help. Oh, look. I don't know if y'all can see that. I will forget you never. There we go. Yeah, that tilt lock wasn't working. Mysterious and affectionate, secret. I don't know what takun means. Curious. From philosophy? Weird. Marvelous companion and friend. Thank you for my magnificent life, or something, for having a magnificent life with me, maybe. 17 years. Let's see a picture of Mimi. You know, some people don't say as much about actual folks when they die. His name was Pepsi. Pepsi and Lolita. Little Pepsi, that's a cute name. I wonder what kind of cats those are. It's our beloved Pepsi and Lolita. Okay, I think we'll... Gosh, it's just like straight down and straight back up. They don't make it easy to visit these burials in any of their cemeteries. Yeah. Just gonna turn the camera to the side. At least there's shade. All the burials that were on the left of me are now gone. It's just bushes over here and a drop down this cliff to the water. Let's see, you can kind of see it through there. So I'm just gonna point this direction. Oh, cobwebs, gross. So the last thing I need is a spider speaking French to me. I think I'm gonna step up here to get away from some of the cobwebs. It feels like this place is sort of run by a family. And the lady was just sitting in there with their cat, just sort of chilling out. They weren't really doing much. There are cobwebs everywhere. I'm covered in them. I paid €3 to become cobweb bait. Wow, look at this. I cannot zoom out anymore. Let me back up. Ugh, I feel gross now. I have to find like a stick to wave it around to keep the cobwebs off of me. Well, before I go to that part, I'm going to walk around here. This is to Teddy. There are bugs everywhere. They're like little invisible kind of no-see-um bugs, which probably means I'm going to be ate up by something when I get home. These, as you can see, the pathway is so narrow. These are so close together. I cannot even back up far enough to get decent ground for photographs. Ugh, more cobwebs. Look, little stained glass on the back of this. That's cute. I'm just gonna feel gross all day. Look at the thorns on this guy. Look at that. That's brutal. If I'd walked through that, I'd be hurting right now. There's Odin. Let me get back into the shade because it is hot out here. Like hot, hot. There's a bone on top of here. I left him his favorite dog treat, maybe. It's cute. Just gonna wave my hands around, get some of these spider webs out. Here's for Yuppie. I love how they all have pictures of their animals. I have seen more pictures in just these 3 or 4 rows of animal burials than I saw at any of the human cemeteries. So it clearly matters for people to have their animals recognized according to how they look. They want to remember them that way, I suppose. I don't know who this is for, but it's beautiful. There's words carved, but I can't make them out. back up by the statue. And take the path around here. This odd piece of art. Petard. Little Egyptian obelisk guy happening here. It's so cute. So right now all I've seen is like dogs and cats. Oh my goodness. These people had a lot of pets. Tubi in 1968, Bambi in 1981, Starkey in 1996, and Ludo in 2004. Dog's name is Lick. Our faithful friend. That's so sweet. So it's cool to me that I'm finally able to read a little bit of French on these headstones. With the pet cemetery, they're using words I know. So that's nice. I'm going to come on this side to get a better view of this giant thing. Tipsy. Get a picture of Tipsy there. In Our Hearts Forever. It's in English. So I don't know what that's about. Grab a picture with my phone. And we'll keep on keeping on. I wanted to look over here. We have one, an Asian one. Of course, that kitty is like so beautiful. I bet that was a very loved cat. We've got the dragon symbolisms here. I don't know why I made that word plural. She, shu. Shu being the last name, she being the first name. That's funny. I wonder what made them choose that name. And then we have a long thing. So my love, she, I think about you. And the world does not exist for a cat? Maybe the world is not made for a cat. I search in vain for your new, maybe like a replacement for your nouvelle. It doesn't make sense. Je me vois. You see me, but I do not see you. I do not know what prunelles means. Something reflects my image, the life, the death for me is mystery. My eyes see with clarity and traverse the ténèbres. I don't know what that means. You guide me through eternity. My heart languishes for you. Something like that. Alone, but I don't know. You give good something in wisdom. Okay, I really want to translate this because it's like epic. So let me see what I can grab off of here with my phone. See how close I am. I'm thinking of you. The world exists only for a cat. Really? That's not what I got from that. I look in vain for news from you. Nouvelle, that must be news. You see me, I don't see you. Your prunelles, okay, no translation for that, reflects my life image, dead for me, no more mystery. My eyes pursue clarity, and through the darkness, there's a period there, but that doesn't make sense. I guide you towards eternity. May my heart long for you, alone but ready to protect you, give you happiness, peace, wisdom, mom who loves you. So clearly translations fail. I mean, obviously translations fail, but that is such a wonderful monument, and I think I can get, the feeling and the idea behind it. So it's very cool. Y'all may or may not know, I spent quite some time in Japan and in China. I have a special affinity for those two countries, for their languages, for the people, for the cultures. And so it really stands out to me when I see things of Asian origin or whatnot. I really want to give attention to these kind of things because it's not seen a lot. At least I haven't seen it a lot in videos and things about cemeteries. This is the one we saw earlier with the stained glass. Let's see if I can grab a photo. Yeah, I cannot tell how these things come across in this little camera screen, but on my phone I can see it pretty well. They really like that cat. Oh, it smells like dog out here all of a sudden. It's weird because when I was walking up to the cemetery, I passed a large park, and I thought the park smelled like dog. Because literally right over there, across that hedge, is a park. It's got like a playground and everything for kids, which makes sense to have kids playing near a pet cemetery. Why not? Okay, they have a nice bench here, but it's not in the shade. It just missed the shade. The doggies. Hello, doggies. Marquise and Tony of the Princess Labanov. No idea who that is. There's so many burials in here. I kind of don't even know which way to go. Stuff everywhere. This one is a deer. Surely they didn't have a pet deer. Let's go see. Just out of curiosity. There's no information. All I see is down here, the puppy. Beautiful hair too. Look at that. Where you get your hair did, girl? Or boy, I don't know. All I can read is faithful on there. I can't read any other words. Look, even the pet cemetery has trash and water. Look at that. We can't even get that in most minority cemeteries in the United States. Oh gosh. This is interesting. There's carvings on the back of this, so this must be a burial spot that's overgrown. I mean, that's terribly overgrown. I was gonna walk right past it, didn't even notice it. Okay, what? There are steps made out of burial stones. If I saw this in America, I would be like, what? What's happening? You know, somebody's misusing headstones for like steps, which sadly does happen. People misuse headstones for a lot of things. But I don't know if it makes it better if it's pets. You know, I don't know if they're buried here or if it's just stones that are carved that way, or if they're making, you know, maximum use of the space. Like, I don't know what the deal is. Oh, I thought that was a rooster. That's the shape of a cat. Clearly, that's the shape of a cat. How did I see rooster? So much greenery out here. I mean, it is extremely green. The amount of care it must take. Now, some of these plants are fake, like, you know, that one right there is fake, and this one here is fake. But a large majority of these are like plants inside of planters and things. I can't imagine the amount of care it takes for all of these things. Oh, look, my friend back home is going to love this. It says Xena. Look at that. That's funny. Xena, I bet you thought you'd never see your name anywhere on anything, huh? Got a name like my kids. You can't go anywhere and buy like keychains with your name on it or anything like that, because it's such an original name. I'm actually seeing a lot of dogs with Chinese names, but they've just written it in French. They haven't done any like of the characters, Chinese characters, or like traditional symbolism you might see. I apologize for the sniffles. I'm out of allergy pills and my body is feeling it, especially being surrounded by all these lovely flowers. Like a little pinwheel. And it stops. It's like, why you stop as soon as I look at you? Check this out. It's got multiple animals on it. I see a dog who is Bobby, 13 years old. A cat, Malus, who's 18 years old. And over here, Natalie, who's 13 years old. It's a dog. Maybe I'll grab a picture of it, since it's so unusual to me. And we'll keep going. These people are probably surprised I've stayed in this cemetery so long. I'm like, I paid that money, I'm getting my money's worth. We're going to get €3 worth of a tour through this cemetery. That is a grand monument. I cannot pronounce that name. It says good man. Interesting. And then behind me, this is kind of cool looking. It's like a double dog house. Lulu and Fifi. So I'm noticing, and I'm not very familiar with French names, but it sounds like most of these names are not people's names. I could be wrong. Like Azuki. It could be a name in some kind of country. I don't think that's a name here. though, but I'm not sure. Wow, look at that. I wonder what happened to it. It's a grand fountain. Maybe it's under repair? I'm not sure. Let's keep on walking. Oh, spider webs got me again. Doggone spider webs. Wow, this place just keeps going. But I'm not seeing how there's 40,000 animals buried here. I mean, I get that some of these are multiple animals in one place. But this doesn't feel like a space large enough for 40,000. Even with how small these are and how close together they are. And I guess it could be that, oh, it's a little mini Eiffel Tower. It could be that some of the animals that are here don't have monuments. That's quite possible. Oh wow, this is like I don't know if I can get this in the camera. I should have put my wide lens on. This is like a major entranceway. There's cats on each side. Big cats. There's Zora, Tosca, Cookie. Oh look, he's so cute. Let's see if I can zoom in. Look at little Cookie. That's cool. I think about death sometimes with my ferret. Ferrets can live really long, like a really long time. If you take care of them, it's common for them to have a lot of health issues, but if you take care of them, they can live forever. Sorry, I'm going slowly down these steps because my knee hurts so bad today. But I think about that, I've had Bandit for 2 going on 3 years. And so she could live another 10, 15 years if I take care of her, although she feels like an old lady right now. She's definitely getting older. But I would be sad to see my little ferret baby dead. I mean, she's escaped injury so many times, getting her nails caught in stuff and getting hung in things. I try to be so careful in her cage and everything. She's so protected, and yet she still manages to get in trouble. She's just super curious and just gets into things, uses things the way they're not supposed to be used, even the toys and stuff, and it's just a mess. So our little grid pattern we had going kind of breaks down when we get down here before I go that way. Gosh, you hear the traffic. It's just so much traffic everywhere. You cannot walk through a cemetery out here without the noise from traffic. Oh, there is dog poo or some kind of animal poo. There's a thought, do people bring their animals to visit other animals like at the cemetery? I wonder. Because, animals miss their friends too. And they understand what's going on with death. This is kind of cool. I made them a little spot. That's so neat, just like they would do for people. One thing's for sure, you can feel the love that people have for their animals. It says these are like anonymous animals, but they're not. These are loved animals. Look at this. Someone knows who this animal is. Someone cared about this dog and loved it. Lisa. And there are pictures of the owner with the dog and apparently with the cat. Lisa and Manette. I like the idea of planting like the fake flowers down here, because they always look okay. You know, they do get kind of old looking over time. But if it's inside that little planter thing, I don't know why that would be an issue. Whoa, this is so huge. I cannot get it on camera. Here rests the premier commandeurs of France, burghers Hongrois, celebrated national champions internationally and in the world. Okay, national champions. It's like 5 dogs. So many. Petite Princesse Afghane Fille du Logis. Valermo, Prince du Segled. I cannot pronounce these words. Mount Everest, Gondor, Kukor. I don't know what any of these things mean. Yeah, I don't know what any of this stuff means. But, let's see, remember you, the dogs who did not abandon me in death, but it's so hard to read this gold with like the pink behind it. Yeah, I cannot really read it. But this is like an epic monument. They must have been like, those professional dogs that do stuff, like the dog shows and all. I know a couple back in the United States who has like raises dogs and trains them and competes like that. Ow! Doggone tree stabbed me. That hurt. Look, there's a rake in there. Your gentle fly. Weird. Amanda. Okay, we're gonna go around because that looks like the path sort of ends. Keeping an eye on my time because I do have to leave kind of early today. I wanted to hit 2 cemeteries, but I definitely wanted to see this. This is just for fun, something. Visiting a cemetery for fun, yeah. But it's just something I've never done before. And I figured, why not start it in Paris? At like le premier cimetière pour le chien. I like talking French in my videos because I can be wrong and there's no one to hear me. I mean, right now. When I put it online, somebody will hear it, but then it won't matter. Y'all can correct me in the comments. Tintin and Joe. Lots of Joes. Wow, this looks so old. There's a big, giant monument with a dog up top. Sorry, the sun is coming out in full effect. There's some other names. Wallace, Robin, Daisy, Nuchette, Minot. What's this? It's kind of catching my attention. Whoa, 1915 and 1929? That's old. Oh, there's all kinds of little red bugs crawling all over that thing, so I am not going to touch that. I do not want any little chiggers or anything under my skin. I'm going to grab a photo and... Oh, it's a spider on me. Doggone it. See if I can translate that. Let's see. Here lies Dick of the trenches. Faithful companion who always was my only friend. His life would cite himself to give a model, and his disappearance leads me into bore. Yeah, that is the word for boring. His memory haunts me. I miss his caresses. Remorse overcomes me. I find myself brutal to have corrected it while its weakness should have stopped, and it hurt me. I'm not sure, because it's like one run-on sentence. There's no punctuation, so I'm not really sure what that whole section means. Thus I am all alone, no longer believing in anything. Life has hurt me so much, yet a thought remains in my distress. He was loved by his mistress, and that alone makes me good. LV. That is like beautiful and sad and depressing. Oh my goodness, it's so sad. I don't know what happened to that poor dog, but that lady definitely needed his presence in her life. It's a little violin. I wonder what that's about. Amadeus. Okay. Did the dog play the violin or like the violin? Maybe he enjoyed listening to Mozart. It's Amadeus. Put this mic down a little. Ow, sorry about that. Got my finger stuck inside the finger grip on my cell phone. All right, let's move on. Look at this grand guy. Hello, sir. He looks like he would be very friendly. He would just get up and start talking. Reminds me of the face of the dragon on the Never-Ending Story. The Never-Ending Story. It's 15 years old. They have beautiful, faithful, intelligent, confident. I don't know what farceur means. Farceur. I'm gonna look it up. Farceur. Prankster? Okay. Prankster. Interesting. I guess the doggy liked to play tricks on him. It's a whole thing down here. Darkos and Cyrus. Oh, something tried to attack me. What is in here? It's like a bowl of water with like colored rocks, but they're weird rocks. They're like clear on the outside and then there's like solid color inside. Odd. It's very cool right here in this spot. There's another cookie, witty, minnow, valvy. These are definitely some names I wouldn't name my dog, but I guess maybe they have different meanings in French. That's beautiful with the sun and the lighthouse over the water. I don't know if y'all can see that very clear. I'll grab a picture with my phone too, just for later. Looks like we're getting back into some older burials. Not all, but some. I can't really figure out like a rhyme or reason for the dates on these. It's just sort of like, here's a spot, I guess, and we put somebody. And I have a question. How much space do you need to bury a pet? Are these cremains or like the actual remains of the animal? So if it's cremains, you could put tons of urns or whatnot in one space. named Snoopy. Snoopy. I think we would call that dog Lassie. It's like some kind of Indian symbolism happening there. Could just be by chance because I don't see anything else there. This is cool looking. My cat. There's a boat going by on the water out there. Can't really see it through the trees. Oh, it's a bunny. It says missing you Bunga. Guess that's his name. I think that's the first bunny I've seen. There have been a lot of animals though that I don't know. You know, it's just a name, so I wouldn't know what kind of animal it is. But now we've seen cats, dogs, and bunnies. That's cute. Oh, now my knee is starting to hurt pretty bad. I don't know what I did to make it hurt. Caramel, that's a cute name for an animal. These are interesting. I don't know if those are just plants or if it's supposed to represent like a memorial. So it's kind of away from everything else. Oh. There's a big house down here at the end. I don't know what that's about. Ow. Man, I'm hurting. Y'all, I don't know what it is. Every time I travel out of the country, I get like a terrible illness or I get terribly injured. Like, why can I not just have a normal time when I travel? Why is it always gotta be difficult? But I was out with the group. We did a walking tour along the Seine the other day. It was actually the day I injured my leg and it hurt really bad. I could barely walk when I got into class. I was very late. Everybody was like, what happened to you? Because I'm usually early. And yeah, they were like, are you sure you're going to do the tour? And I was kind of like, well, yeah, I mean, I signed up for it. I feel like I should do it. And during the tour, it kind of stopped hurting. Like I felt better, but then it like started up again. I was walking on cobblestones and stepped wrong on the cobblestones and like twisted my knee and it hurt so awfully. And since then, it's really not been right. But we have made it to the end here. But anyway, my point is that on that tour, I was walking with the guy. There's lots of guys in my class who are like priests or priest in training because I'm at a Catholic school. And I was walking with one guy, Ronald. He's actually been a really good friend to me while I've been here. He's the guy who encouraged me like that second day of class when I was like, I can't do this, it's too difficult, blah, blah, blah. And he gave me like his old workbooks to like practice French with and study outside of class. And he's just been a good encouragement. It's something that I needed in a time when I was really going through it. Ow. And he made a comment when we were out and he was like kind of hanging back behind the group. He was always behind the group, which was nice since I was behind the group because of my leg pain. And he saw me when I twisted my knee on the cobblestones. And he said, you know, I've been watching you on this trip, something like this anyway. I've been watching you and you are handling your pain so well. And I mean, I thought about it. I don't really give it much attention because it's just like daily life. Like, you don't think about the things you do in daily life. But I started to think about it, and I was like, that pain was so terrible when I twisted my ankle, or not my ankle, my knee on those cobblestones. And like, I didn't cuss anybody out. I didn't make a fuss. I didn't like stop the whole group. I'm like, wait, I'm hurting. Or, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to get through. And I've been injured so many times lately, like recently. And I've had so many surgeries and aches and pains and things that are like beyond my control. But it's just sort of been one thing after the next. And I don't know, like, I complain a little bit. I tell like my family all the time, this hurts, that hurts, whatever. But it doesn't stop me. Like, I still do what I need to do because stuff still needs to get done. And while I might complain, like, I'm still going to go through with whatever I need to go through with, even if it hurts, which is kind of good and kind of bad. Hey, little lizard. Hey, lizard guy. I guess he saw me because he's not moving now. Maybe his knee hurts too. Do lizards have knees? But anyway, it just made me stop and think about my reactions and how I respond to my own pain and discomfort, and how others might be viewing it, because I don't think about that often. And I had the thought, maybe I get these aches and pains. That's kind of a silly thought, I guess, but I thought maybe I get these aches and pains because I am someone who would handle it okay. You know what I mean? Like, I will be okay. I will do what I need to do. I will make it through whatever pains that I have to face. And I know people who don't have that same sort of resolve, and the smallest pain seems to take them out of commission, not just for like the moment, but for like days or weeks. So I don't know, I guess it just helps sometimes to like change your thinking so that you can get through, like, whatever helps you get through. I could be totally wrong in that thinking, but if it helps me to understand the situation or to process why it is that I continually get injured, why not let that thinking, continue? Wow, these little angel things. For Vermoose. Bonjour. So I wonder if people have to pay to come visit their animals here. I mean, it's only €3. It's not that big of a deal. But if I wanted to visit my pet, every day or whatever, that could get expensive pretty quickly. And I do apologize for the odd angles. There's nothing I can do about it. These things are so close together, I can't step far enough back to really get a decent shot. Anyway, we're at the end. I've already walked the front area. Urban. Whoa, how do you pronounce that name? I don't know what language this is. Anybody know? It's like Cyrillic, German, Russian, maybe Russian. I don't know. If you know what language that is, let me know. And then there's this down here too. I'm curious about that one. Here's another Snoopy, spelled Snoupy. Snoopy. Ow. Hector. There used to be a neighborhood dog when I was growing up named Hector, but he was all black and he had like a gray mohawk that went right down the center of his head. And he got my dog Shiwi pregnant. She had the cutest little puppies. And he was a Rolling Stone. Papa was a Rolling Stone because that dog would roam the neighborhood. We would always try to hide the dog and bring her in the house whenever he was out running around. But I guess we missed it just that one time. And yeah, she ended up having puppies. And I was so sad when we gave those puppies away. I miss Shiwi. She's probably my favorite pet that I've had besides Sammy, who was a cat. When I was a teenager, maybe younger than that, I happened to cross a stray cat in my backyard. It's a black calico, and I named her Cactus. And she was very like a cat. She didn't want to be touched. She was very distrustful. But I would sit out every day when I got home from school. I would sit food out. I would just call her and sit out and wait for her. And every day she would come a little bit closer, a little bit closer, a little bit closer. And then finally she came and ate the food that I had for her. She would not really, she wouldn't touch me and she wouldn't let me touch her. But, she trusted enough to come close. And I noticed over time that she had a big belly. She was pregnant. And then one day it was raining really bad. And I went to check outside for her, and I could tell something was weird. She was skinny. I was like, oh, you had your babies. That's cool. And she left, and I was like, okay, rude. But then she came back with a little kitten in her mouth, and she left it at the door. And she left and came back with another kitten. And so I can't remember how many. I think she brought 3 kittens, maybe. Oh, up the steps again, y'all. My knee is dying. Butterfly. Where'd he go? Oh, butterfly. Yeah, so we ended up keeping Sammy. I think we gave the other ones away. We did the thing where you take your car out. I think we went to the flea market or something like that. Can't remember. My mom would probably remember better than me. And we gave the cats away. But we kept Sammy and we kept Cactus. Cactus actually came into the house. What's that Cactus? No, that's Topaz was her name. Cactus was my very first calico. Topaz was the second one. Sorry about that. When I said the name, I was like, that doesn't sound right. Topaz was the cat who brought me her kittens, and we kept Sammy. He was like a white and tan tabby cat. And they were a pair. I tell you what, Sammy loved everybody except me, I think. He's supposed to be my cat. I'm like, I kept you, sir. And he's like, yeah, but I love everybody else. But that's a cat for you. And he would come and hang out with me sometimes, but for the most part, he did not. And he was an outdoor cat. He wanted to be out. Him and his mom would go out. They would run the streets and do their thing or whatever. And then over time, they both ended up getting hit by cars. So it was very sad. And so had to let those babies go. I don't know what my parents did with the animals. Did they bury them in the woods? I know at least one of our animals was buried in the woods in like the backyard. There are leaves stuck to my shoe. There we go. Ah, Whiskey. What a cute name for a dog. So yeah, that's another lizard. Oh, he can jump. I didn't know lizards could jump. Y'all, didn't nobody tell me. He jumped clear across that space right there between the headstones. From one to the other. The lizard got mad ups. That's cool. Here rests Brother Bill, a true friend, died by accident in Paris, July 29th, 1930. Born April 20th, 1925. He has many blue ribbons to his credit. Aw, 5 years and many blue ribbons, huh? I wonder what the accident was. Died by accident. Maybe car accident? But if you have a blue ribbon dog, you're not going to let them run around with like traffic. So I don't know. I'm just noticing there are sections to this cemetery. It's got C here and D on the other side. I didn't even really look at this paperwork they gave me to see if there's a map. Let's see. Oh, here's the one for Rin Tin Tin. It's actually here in the article, but I didn't see it when I was out walking around. I don't really know much about Rin Tin Tin. I suppose other people would know more than me. Okay, look at that. There we go. Mason of Cats. Oh, that was at the end. Maybe I should have gone in there to the House of Cats. We got to that house at the end and I was like, okay, it looked like the door was closed. Okay, so this is longer than it looks when I walk it, for sure. Because I feel like it's not that big. I literally can see from one end to the other just standing here. Okay. Well, there's that. Let me close this back up. If I can figure out how to close it back up. Oh, I hate folding things. I'm so bad at it. Okay. Sorry about that. I have my camera flipped all weird. It's hard to use hands sometimes. I wonder why we only have two. Mowgli? What? Mowgli? This ain't the Jungle Book. Custom built of tentacle wings? Tommy? I don't know what that means. Scaramouche? Scaramouche, Scaramouche. Can we do the fandango? This is funny. Maybe a Queen fan out here. Well, make me break into song. I love some Queen. I will sing for you. Let's see. Bee influencer? Let me translate this, because I am curious. Très curious. Let's see. Here rests B. It is here, close to the Asnières-sur-Seine apiaries, a city committed to the preservation of apples, that bee influencer finds his final resting place in this cemetery, which respects the environment and the animals, as a bee literally just comes to visit me. Okay. Bee was the first influencer bee and sadly left us because of pesticides on April 7th, 2021. She had a fight alert and gather on the disappearance of her species. I'm not sure what that means. Because without Abels, it is the whole of humanity that is in danger. No more apples, oranges, strawberries, tomatoes, coffee, chocolate, or even cotton. On their own, they pollinate 84% of wild and cultivated flowering plants and 78% of the world's agricultural crops. However, each year, 24% of them die in Europe and up to 48% in the world. A true committed ambassador, an influential woman like no other, and had left her hive for another much larger one, Instagram, to attract the attention of humans and save her species. That switches to his mission, using social media influence to raise money to save the bees. Thanks to the support of its 272,000 subscribers and partnerships with brands, it was able to raise funds via its Bee Fund, created with the Fondation de France, and thus gave life to concrete actions for the preservation of Abels. I guess Abels is bees. The fight continues on the Bee Fund website, beefund.foundationfrance.org, or on Instagram at @beeinfluencer. That is so cute. That's great. Yeah. How unusual. Little bee influencer thing. And it's got a little thing down here. Died because of pesticides. Protege of the species. Search his history on beefund.foundationdefrance.org. Wow, that's so neat. I'm grabbing a couple photos. I mean, if you're gonna bury a pet, I don't think bee was a pet, but if you're going to bury a pet, what a cool way to do it and to like promote something, you know? Oh, I'm just realizing there's another side. Oh, y'all, I thought I was done. That explains a lot. That's why it seems so small. Oh, it's like a little puppy. Such a cute picture. It's also another caramel. Okay, I'm gonna walk down here. I don't know how much more I can actually walk because I have a 1-hour trip back home and I am in so much pain. It's cool over here too. Okay, there's not much here, so we'll walk. Oh, this is Brandy. How original, the little cat-shaped thing, the rocks in it. Hello, Brandy. You can see Brandy there. Quite cute. Zoom back out. And let's keep going. These are spaced out much better here. So I have more room to record. Igor. Now you may think it's odd, but in one black cemetery, in like a historic black cemetery in Virginia, I'm aware of a what is it called? Like those dogs we just saw, like the blue ribbon dogs. It's like a competition dog, and big old ruts in the street. There we go. And that dog is buried in the black cemetery, which I feel some kind of way about. If you have a competition dog, surely there's other places you could bury it. Why the black cemetery? It even made news, you know. The dog did, I mean. So it's famous. Why not bury it at your family plot or, at home? So, I don't know. It's strange to me. And I know some people, like some descendants who are aware of it, are really upset about it. Because it's kind of rude and disrespectful to take a place of such honor for people of color and to bury your dog in it, It's a horse. But it's not called Mr. Ed. Massaro, 1978 to 1989. It's a cool little image of the horse. Let me see if I can get closer. You got my legs in the picture. Can't really see the face of the horse. It's a little bit better. A giant horseshoe. I think we might be at the end. Let me walk a little bit more and just see what else I see. I see some steps down over here. La Ruchère d'Ancien? No. Dasnier. I don't know. I'm not sure what that is. It's a cute little cabin place. I think that's it back here, though. Most of this just looks like open space. Someone's calling me on my phone. People still haven't gotten the message. I cannot accept phone calls out here. Alright, I'm not gonna walk all the way down. I see like some dog houses and stuff back there, but honestly, I think we're done. Even if we're not done, I'm done. This was such an unusual visit to a cemetery. I greatly enjoyed it. I don't know that I learned a whole lot, but I guess that wasn't really the point. The point was just for like a new experience, and perhaps in the future I will visit some pet cemeteries in America. I've seen a couple. I think my first experience with a pet cemetery is the Stephen King book, Pet Cemetery. Spelled completely incorrectly, by the way. I feel like cemetery is the most misspelled word in the English language, but I could be wrong. I'm trying to put stuff in my bag and get my life right over here. So if the camera's bouncing around a bit, that's what's going on. Yeah, so Pet Cemetery, the book, and the movie, but I read the book first. That's kind of my only experience. And it's not good. That's a negative experience, So I haven't visited any pet cemeteries. I've seen a couple. In fact, I think there's one like 30-40 minutes from my home in like a big city near me. I've happened to cross some by accident, like in the backs of cemeteries for people. And I see them and just look at them, but I don't actually go in. There's the steps with the animal names on them. I'm gonna go ahead and follow this path back up towards the entrance. Well, thank y'all for walking along with me, for watching these videos. I hope that you are enjoying them. As I always say, I'm not trying to teach anything in these videos. I am learning, and hopefully we're learning together. That's a grand monument. Look at that, the heart. Oh, mosquito. That was one of those tiger mosquitoes too. Gosh, they're bad here in Paris. But I hope you all enjoyed. I did. And let's see if I can find my way out of here. I don't know if I need to do anything special to leave. Ah, there's this. Push the button to exit. I can do that. All right. Head on out here. All right, y'all, so that is that. Thanks for joining me on my journey at the Cimetière de Chien. It was fun and it was real. I don't know if it was real fun though, but I did enjoy it. I will catch y'all on the next cemetery. I probably won't do another one today because I have this dinner this evening. And most of the cemeteries close between like 5 and 6. And the dinner starts at 6:45. It's going to take me an hour to get back. So yeah, I'm not going to be able to hit another one today. But I'll be back on the cemetery circuit tomorrow. So I will see you then. Bye.